Well, howdy there, guys. Welcome back to Stewie MTG, and today with the deck tech of Elisha, Threefold Master, a 3-mana 1/1 Djinn Monk with Trample and Prowess. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens with Prowess. And this is a spell slinging to trigger the Prowess plus Monk tribal deck. In order to do that, though, we need a whole bunch of mana to cast the spells as well as the creatures that we are going to be using their prowess. We have Talisman of Progress, Jeskai Banner, Izzet Signet, Arcane Signet, and Soul Ring as our mana rocks. Next up, we have our variety of monks and some non-monks. We've got Monastery Swiftspear. It's almost required in this type of deck. Elusive Spellfist. We've got Jeskai Elder. Third Path Iconoclast for some tokens. Flamehold Grappler. Tai Li, Artful Acrobat, one of the non-monks in the deck. We've got Monastery Mentor. And then your obligatory set of Narsets. We've got Narset, if it'll get in there, Narset Enlightened Exile, Shiko and Narset from the Commander deck, and Narset Enlightened Master. Wait, do I have two of those? Sorry, this is recording live. No edits. No, Enlightened Exile and Enlightened Master. A couple more. We've got Lotus Path Djinn, along with Whirlwind Adept, and Pinnacle Monk, rounding out our creatures. So, one of the things, as we saw on the Commander, was whenever she does combat damage, she creates some more monks. So we need to be able to protect her. And there's several ways that we need to be able to do that. So we have a Mask of Avacyn, Swiftfoot Boots, Trailblazers Boots, make sure we get that damage. And here are some of the miscellaneous artifacts. We've got a Skull Clamp for card draw. We've got some 1/1 monk creature tokens that we can sacrifice to draw some cards. We also have Liquid Metal Coating in here. A good, probably third of the removal suite is artifact centric. Sorry, taking a drink of my obligatory coffee. And I also included this from the Commander deck. We have Adaptive Trading Post, 3 mana. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, if this artifact has fewer than 3 charge counters on it, you put a charge counter on it. You can remove 3 charge counters from this artifact, and the next turn an instant or sorcery is played this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. So there is a copy, also sub-theme in here. A great way to get extra triggers. So in order to accomplish that, we got things like Narset's Reversal, Teach by Example, Twinferno, Dual Strike, Double Cast, Reverberate, and Increasing Vengeance. Speaking of which, as far as the instants and sorceries go, before we get to our veggies, I have a couple just fun inclusions in here. We've got Flying Crane Technique. Great way to untap, swing again, get more tokens. And quasi removal, we've got Inspired Ultimatum. Speaking of removal, let's go ahead and go to our removal suite. This includes targeted board wipes as well as counterspells for some, this is not exactly mana value, but that's okay. We've got Pongify, Annul, Turn Aside, Intervene, Swords to Plowshares, Curse the Swine, Get Out, Dismantling Wave, Circular Logic. Gonna have a bunch of instants and sorceries in the graveyards, might as well. Time Wipe, Vanquish the Horde is another board wipe, and our artifact-centric removal in the form of Shatter, Smelt, Deface, and a braid. For some of our veggies, our card draw, we have Opt, Consider, Preordain, Ponder, Flood of Recollection. I count as card draw because we get one of our many instants and sorceries from the graveyard to our hand. We get to be able to play it again. It's as though I have another copy of whatever instant and sorcery in my deck is in my hand when I have Flood of Recollection. Expressive Iteration, a very adaptive Prismari command. We also have Reinterpret and Epic Experiment first to round out the card draw. The last three, I only have 3 enchantments in here. One is card draw in the form of Whirlwind of Thought. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. I'm going to be playing a whole lot of non-creature spells. We also have from the Commander deck Aligned Heart, a 3-mana enchantment with Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on it, and then you create a 1/1 monk creature token with prowess for each rally counter on it. A great way to really ramp up how many monks that I have with prowess to be able to swing in and to get some damage. And lastly is Double Vision. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, going back with our targeting theme, or our copying theme, excuse me. Now to our many non-basic lands. I have been noticing that I've been purposely, as much as I can, choosing untapped lands versus tapped lands. And the speed of my local meta has drastically increased. So in order to stay fun and quasi-competitive, I need a lot less tap lands or a lot more basic lands in my decks. I included the Biblioplex, Reliquary Tower, because you're going to be drawing a whole bunch of cards, Rugged Triome, Path of Ancestry, Perilous Landscape, Mystic Monastery, Command Tower. One of the few times I've actually included Exotic Orchard. I'm trying it out for many, many years. I would just donated it to friends or to other channels, and what the heck, I'll try it out. Temple of Enlightenment, A Dark Waste, Glacial Fortress, Prairie Stream, Sky Cloud Expanse, Temple of Triumph, Battlefield Forge, Clifftop Retreat, Rugged Prairie, Temple of Epiphany, Cascade Bluffs, Ferris Lake, Shivan Reef, and lastly, Sulphur Falls. I will say on this commander deck, the mana base is a lot better than I have seen in commander decks in the last several years. I was pleasantly surprised at just the number of untapped lands or that have conditions like this one. If they could continue that, I would be very, very, very pleased. Well, anyways, this has been my Monk Prowess tribal deck. Stay tuned as I go through some of the other decks that I've built in recent months, and we will catch you all later.